We have one more amazing guest for you. You know the drill, gentlemen. You know the drill. You're going to make a little tune for our final guest. He's worked for some of the biggest tech companies that you've never heard of, but you use on a daily basis. Who could it be? What could it be? We know his name, and you're about to get to know what he does. His name is Nikola. Pavesic! Give it up for Nikola, everyone! Welcome. Have a seat.
Fresh water just for you. You can actually drink it, okay? We're bringing fresh water for everyone and nobody needs to try it, so.
Yes, give it up for Yured! All right. We're in sync, guys. We're in sync. I love it. Oh, house band. Now,
just champagne, because we
champagne, Red Bull, or Focus State?
I would take
a drink?
Focus.
Champagne? Do you want some champagne or do you want some Focus State? You'll take a Red Bull? Focus. Don't drink too much of this, by the way. I know it's made with mushrooms and not those kind of mushrooms, but I felt weird after one and it took him 4 to feel weird yesterday. You sure you're happy, Nikola?
I'm good. I'm having some water for now. I tried Focus for the first time like 5 minutes ago.
Do you like it?
No advertisements here, but it's really good.
It's really good. It's delicious.
I mean, they're a sponsor of Latitude, so I think we can
it's the best.
Yeah, it is delicious.
I actually love it. It tastes really good. You should try it.
I'm a very big
You should buy a lot of it in every supermarket you come to.
And if you want to sponsor us, we could just do this. So you bring things on. And Apple. We get some free products.
And Android, more importantly.
We do get a cut though, or?
Always. We'll get you in that. We'll get you
work
in
on that.
But Nikola, so the biggest tech company that we're all using on a daily basis, that we'll come to in a moment, but you bootstrapped that to unicorn status. Is that correct?
It's called Infobip. It's kind of a weird name, and probably guys haven't heard about it.
Who's heard of Infobip? Give us a wave.
Give us.
But you're all the Infobip team. It doesn't count.
Is your family?
You work there.
Yeah, I brought my family with me.
Okay.
Always do. So tell us more.
Yeah, we do this. We do the communication layers every time. I don't know if you guys heard about Bolt. Is that a thing here in Estonia?
Little bit.
So Bolt, for example, is one of our clients. Every time you interact with the driver, or the driver interacts with you, phone calls, SMS, push notifications inside, that's what we do.
But I got a bone to pick with that then. Does anyone else feel like the drivers never answer when you call them? Yeah, there's some relatability there.
It's the driver's fault.
Not these guys.
Driver's not responsive. We have to talk to Bolt. Yeah, no. We provide the platform, and hopefully it rings. If they turn off the thing, Do
they pay do they pay you per call, or is that like a flat fee?
No, per call, I think. It depends.
So the more every time we call a driver and we make them call us, you make money?
So when I see my driver, I call them nevertheless, pretending that I don't see them, just so we get like 0.000 of a cent. So
yeah, okay.
Supporting the cause. We spoke yesterday about
culture. Your drivers more.
Road hacking,
Exactly, yeah. But Nikola, it's interesting because the business actually came not out of Estonia, but Croatia.
Croatia?
Correct?
Yeah.
We got some Croatians here?
Who here knows about Croatia?
Hey, Infobip. Again, it's Infobip team. I mean, you've got a good culture because your team are like, woohoo! Woohoo! I love it. But it's a small town.
Yeah. Is that a Croatian tune? Thank you.
Yeah.
If you guys follow football, then you probably know Croatia more than tech companies. We're not at Estonian level yet. But a small town. The town itself where it started 13, 14 years ago has 3,000 people.
Oh, wow.
And the company now has almost 4. So that shows you can make it from anywhere, I'm pretty sure, the founders still live there, and we have a big office there. People from all around the world come there, move there. Usually this town was famous for olive oil. If you guys like olive oil, let us know, so we can hook you up.
Should do your own branded
olive oil is tough right now, right? Because the weather wasn't good, and now it's like twice as expensive. You got a connection?
I know people. Don't worry.
Okay.
Chris is an expert not just on ponies, but on olive oil as well.
One of my
apparently.
favorites.
Yeah. So big company, 7 billion customers using this product sort of on a yearly basis or so. 75 offices around the world. What's your role, and how did you sort of come into this sort of space with this Infobip?
So we started like the whole. We're deep down, we're an enterprise B2B company. That's why most people don't know about us. But we started this whole developer and startup initiative about 2.5 years ago, where we call ourselves reverse salesmen. So our goal is to give out.
Sounds like an Estonian, right? They wait for the phone to ring.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Aggressively.
We're just trying to give out money to startups to use our products, and basically build this communication layer, and then. It's really big industry, so we're trying to build products with them as well. So it's kind of cool to see where the innovation comes from, because we don't want to just sell to enterprise anymore. We also want to see how the developers and startups breathe and how we can support them, and also potentially make some money in the process. Of course, I'm not going to lie. So yeah.
Of course, man, it makes sense. But I mean, building this business, and again, I think there's been a real running theme on this show yesterday and today, and I'm starting to make sure, understand why it might be, because the guests were given to us, and we're very grateful for that. But a lot of them have been promoting and have been living the world of nomadness, nomadism. Maybe some nomadness along the way too, I'm sure. But have been living abroad, working abroad, traveling while working, both for businesses, both for themselves, and all of the in and betweens. You're doing the same. You're out in Japan.
Yeah, I've been there for a long time though, and Japan is a wild place. I recommend everyone to go there. Not too many. There's a lot of tourists now, and we have an office there.
So don't go. Basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, don't go.
It's really great, but don't come. There's enough of you.
Don't go when I'm there. There's a lot of tourists. But it's a big country. It's a beautiful country. I ended up there 10, 11 years ago for 6 months, and I stayed. Like I assume you did to Norway, or life happens, and it's a beautiful place. So we have an office there. I'm Croatian originally. The company's Croatian, so it was kind of a good match. And now I spend my time in between, and we travel a lot, and also in lovely Estonia. Yeah, come
on. I love here Estonia as well, because that's something I love. All our audiences when we do these shows all around is to impart some knowledge, not just in terms of the innovation industry, but also different markets, right? So you're living in a market. Who's been to Japan? Give us a wave. Yeah, a couple of you. Fantastic. Nice one. All right. So it's on top of my to-visit list. Cherry Blossom, of course, just happened. Is that the right time to go?
It's the busiest time. I recommend.
Okay. So yeah, again, don't come out.
September, October is my favorite.
September, October.
Sounds good to me. This is not a travel show.
Is it why you're telling us to come in September, October? Because that's when you go.
Yeah, but you can use my house. So let me.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll do that. Shotgun.
Coming.
Japanese houses are very small, though. You know that. They're not like.
Which city are you actually in?
It's a smaller city called Tokyo. It's like it's up in the middle somewhere.
I haven't heard of it. Okay.
Yeah.
But Tokyo's ecosystem, again, like I said, I like everyone to sort of learn a little bit about the ecosystems that our guests are based in, and I don't know much about that startup ecosystem, that innovation ecosystem. We had talks earlier about the ease of doing business in Estonia. I shared some experiences on the ease of doing business in Norway. As a foreigner, potentially going and working there, starting a business, working for a business, is the ease of doing business, is it international friendly? Let's start with that question.
How much time do we have?
3 minutes.
So it's a very particular ecosystem, like any other, of course. It's just culturally is very different. It's not really geared towards entrepreneurship and startups, but it's a very successful country on the other hand, very rich, very eager to change, sometimes late, but then I'm pretty sure they'll get there. But for example, they're still not at levels maybe of Estonia or obviously Silicon Valley, the US, etc., where it's very, very aggressively promoting new companies. In Japan, you still have this little bit of career for lifetime situation, which
get the gold watch, 40, 30 years.
Is there anyone here who's been in the same job for the whole life? No, probably.
Let's have a little litmus test of the audience here. So who's been in their job for 1 year or have a startup for 1 year, right? The rest of you are, okay, that's either unemployed or fun employed, right? 2 years, keep that hand up. 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. You two. 10 years? Okay, let's keep going. Anyone else? 11 years? Okay, no, so like no one here is 11 years? 15? No, sort of. Okay, anyway, well, you get the point that, we live in a kind of culture now where people, the average time an employee will stay in a business today is under 2 years now. It's coming down greatly with generations, and I believe with Gen Z that's coming down even more. In terms of that sort of startup ecosystem in Japan and so people don't jump around. They stay in the same organization and they build a career.
More so than elsewhere. I mean, they do change jobs, of course, but more so than elsewhere.
And the entrepreneurial mindset, is it evident? Are people creating, innovating?
Yeah, it is, but they're always trying to do it within the companies. These companies are huge. You know all the household names, the Toyotas, the Panasonics, the Canons. They are like huge, tens and hundreds of thousands of employees. They always try to do it within the company, and we know sometimes it's challenging. And there's an element of risk when the Japanese culture is not so accepted, I think. So, you risk it all to start a company and maybe fail. While maybe in the US, we know it's kind of celebrated. I had 3 startups and 3 of them failed, and it's kind of a thing that you go on parties and you brag about. In Japan, it would be very, no go. It's like a very, very shameful thing to do. Yeah.
Interesting. And the culture is so evident because, again, yesterday we spoke to some of our guests, Tarvet from TransferWise or Wise Today, about how it's, different elements of different cultures can breed different types of entrepreneurs, right? And every culture has something that then would, allow that culture to be better at one thing or another thing, right? So do you think that's going to shift, or is that a culture that shouldn't shift and should remain?
With all the globalization, whatever you want to call it, it's becoming very kind of a level playing field, but it's still very different. Wherever you go, we have 75 offices around the world, and we have offices in places not very great places with a lot of entrepreneurship, a lot of ideas, a lot of local solutions that are not the usual places where tech companies go to. We have offices in Uganda, in Zambia, in Argentina, in Paraguay, in Vietnam, 2 offices, in India, 4 offices, in Bangladesh. Not many tech companies our size have that. And if you go there, you have to know how to play. You can't be like, oh, this is how we do it. I'm in Bangladesh, I'm in Argentina, and this is how I do things. You really have to understand how it works. You have to have local people, maybe, local fixers. It's a big world still. It's still a big world.
I think localization is key. Venus Lim at the beginning of the segment today spoke about how she localized the Singaporean concept of karaoke to the local market by making it private. So same but different, I guess, is a parallel you could draw from that. Now, we're coming to sort of the end of the show here. Are we happy about that? 1, 2, 3? Oh, you guys are so great. We're loving this. Oh, yes. Oh, beautiful, guys. Well done. But, I think we've had a hit game on this show, which I think we should finish on, my friend, right?
Sure.
So, Chris, do you want to talk us through a hit game?
I have a little bit of a box. So the game we play is Pitch It to Win It.
Pitch it to win it.
And the way it works is that you will have to pretend that you're stopping your job at Infobip because you're like, no, I need to be an entrepreneur now.
People have jobs a lot now, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been 6 months.
And plus failure, if you fail with this, which I don't think because it's a great product in here, but if you fail, then it's totally fine and we'll still accept you. So this is your product now, and you will get it. We'll put it over there. You stand there. You start your pitch by telling us why you changed careers now because you're fully committed to this. And then you are allowed to open the box. And then you see what's in it, and then you take the product out and you explain to us what it is, what it does, what problem it solves, why it's so amazing, why it's $1 billion opportunity, all of that, okay?
Okay. Can I run away now? Is this a thing?
Well, you're going to be standing up, so you definitely have an exit
security
option.
will tackle you at the entrances, so there's basically no chance you'll get out of this.
So I have to stand there?
So you're going to stand over
Yes.
here. Now, as we spoke before, our wonderful audience, pitching is scary, but it can be exciting. So let's hear how your cheer will be in 1 minute time. Give it up for our man, Nikola.
That's the caveat that I never worked in sales ever in my life.
Just do as the Estonians do. Wait for the phone to ring.
Okay. Hey guys, call me.
So the drill is this. You got to start pitching it for 15 seconds. And after 15 seconds, I'll let you know. You could then open the product and then carry on as if. So you got to set yourself up for some kind of pitch, okay? Are you ready, my friend? Let me get the clock out, so we'll time you. Here we go.
And then I can show it after 15 seconds.
Exactly. So here we go. Give it up for Nikola!
Okay.
And of course, if you know what the actual use of that thing is, then you cannot just pitch that. You have to make up something.
Are you ready, my friend?
So I don't know what it uses. I'm scared.
And you got to make it up something funny. Bonus points for funny.
So
1, 2, 3. Go for it.
So I'm here to present an amazing product to you. It's fresh out of the box. No one has used this before. I changed my life for this. I left my previous jobs, a well-paid big company job that I left, and I put all my money and all my savings.
Take a look.
I wouldn't lie to you. I mean, what is this? What is this?
It's always good when they laugh.
So this is.
Hold it up so everyone can see.
This is this amazing unicorn liquid that I have put all my money. Why did I do this? And this is something that you can use basically on a day-to-day basis. It's great for makeup. It's great for using for parties, for clowns, which is a big thing happening now. Like we're doing this virtual reality environment where actually you can use this and represent different animals and types of unicorns while you do it.
I think that's perfect, Nikola. That's brilliant.
Woo. What is this?
Well, it's not what you think it is, because I think we all thought.
I was a bit shocked.
Is it? Yeah, we got some strong laughs over there. We got some strong laughs over there. Nikola, have a seat, my friend. Have a seat. What do we think Nikola did? And then guess what? You can keep that with you, my friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome
Put
to the
all my
show.
money into it. After all.
Don't fly with it though, because you might be arrested.
And don't, maybe wash it before you use it.
Oh, please.
But it's not what you think it is. It's definitely not. Anyway, my friend, we're going to have to unfortunately move on with the show in just a moment. But we thank you for joining us.
Let's just move on with the show. We have to end the show.
We have to end the show. I know, it's super
Very sad moment.
Who's happy to hear that? Oh, you guys are amazing. I love you. Nikola, I hope you had some fun on the show. We've had so much fun doing this. I'll take my hand off you now. I'm sorry. That was a bit not, let's close the show. Let's do it like this. Friends, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. Give it up one last time for Nikola Pavesic!
Thank you, guys.
It's great having you here.